Jefferson County Court Order number 2 is back in session. Court is in session with the Raymond docket. Our next case is cause number 331392. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Shea Merchant. Mr. Merchant, would you please come forward? Yeah, just come forward and stand on the X.
Oh.
Okay, Mr. Merchant.
Yes, sir.
Your full name is Shea Merchant.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Merchant, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Merchant, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Merchant, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Merchant? That's good. Mr. Merchant, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Excuse me, it's titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Are these your initials on the line that is titled, I want to reset this case, or my case, to hire an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Merchant, before you sign and initial this document, did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct, in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Merchant, I also have before me, Mr. Bailey, could you please hand this bond conditions to Mr. Merchant? Mr. Merchant, the bailiff is handing you a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law number 2. You recognize that document?
Yes.
Okay, now, well, do you see the title on that document?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and I will go over this document, which it says, following the arrest, following the return of a criminal information in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein or ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body, and as pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, condition number 4 doesn't apply, but because it only applied in the DWI case, your case is not a DWI case. However, condition number 5 does apply. Condition number 5 states that the defendant shall wear a global positioning monitoring system device, which is a GPS, at the defendant's expense with written verification being submitted to the court within 3 days. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Merchant, if you violate any one of these conditions of this bond, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant could be issued for your arrest. You can be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Merchant, your case is going to be reset by our court coordinator. You're gonna stand over there in front of her. You're gonna reset your case. And you're going to get your verification of the GPS to the court within 3 days. Matter of fact, when you come back to the court, there's some blue doors next to this courtroom.
Okay.
If you come up the steps, it's right there. You're probably gonna see that young lady right there sitting behind the window. You'll hand that document to her and she'll get that document to our court.
Okay.
All right, please stand on the X. Once you get to reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Horacio Elias Mendoza.
Yes.
Now, it's been brought to the attention that Mr. Mendoza Uh, he speaks Spanish, is that correct?
Yes, and he understands most English.
He understands some English?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But as a precaution, we do have Ms. Jennifer Raji, who is an interpreter here in the court. Mr. Raji, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Raji, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth? Well, to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. You may put your hand down. And now, Mr. Mendoza, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Mendoza, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Que sí, afirmas que vamos a la verdad, toda la verdad,
Yes.
Dios.
Okay, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Mendoza?
Good.
You doing good? Now, Mr. Mendoza. Oh, here it is. I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Ask Mr. Mendoza, does he recognize this document?
No puedes ese documento. Yes.
Mr. Mendoza, is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Esa es su firma completa.
And are these your initials on the line stating you want to reset your case to hire an attorney? Okay. Now, Mr. Mendoza, your case will be reset, and you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay.
Mañana, aquí.
And this will include the calling of the court's arraignment docket, and County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County,